Welcome to Yester Quickies, a speedy culinary trip back in time. Today we're traveling to 1966 to discover deviled shrimp. Oh, you are gonna love it. Let's get started. Hey everyone, I'm Jill and this is Yester Kitchen. Got another quickie for you. So today is all about deviled. Now I know your mind immediately goes to deviled eggs, which of course it does. But we're not doing that today, but if you want to know the history of deviled eggs, right there in the corner, I have you already covered. So today, the term deviled, I like doing these air quotes. This term deviled really refers to anything that has been highly seasoned with spices or other condiments. So not necessarily spicy, just highly seasoned. And here are some of the ingredients that are usually used when you're making something deviled. But today it's all about shrimp right from the mid-60s, and let's get this started. I have my pot on kind of like a medium heat. It might be a little too high. We'll find out in a second. Okay, so in goes 1/4 cup of butter, which is exactly a half a stick. Yeah, there it goes. We'll turn it down. You just never know, do you? And we're just gonna let that melt just for a second. Okay, here's our beautiful melted butter. All right, now we're gonna take some things to turn this into a fabulous deviled sauce. Okay, so first we have 1/4 cup of flour, and you're just gonna put that right in there, and you're just gonna start whisking that right away just to incorporate the butter. And what are we making? We've done it many, many times. We are making a roux, and that is gonna thicken up, this fabulous, fabulous sauce that's coming our way. Actually, I'm a little too high, so I'm gonna lower it a little bit. Okay, now to that, we're gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. I am using hot Hungarian paprika because I like things spicy. You can use regular paprika. If you really want the spice, but you only have regular paprika, add maybe 1/8 teaspoon of cayenne. See, we're just highly seasoning this up exactly as we should. Next, we have 1/8 teaspoon of pepper. So I'm just gonna put in a few grinds because, as you know, I absolutely say grind your own fresh pepper because it just tastes so much better. And yeah, this is probably a little bit more than 1/8 teaspoon, but hey, highly seasoned is what we're going for. Next, we have 1/2 teaspoon of dry mustard, very, very common ingredient in the 50s and the 60s. And then we have 1 teaspoon of minced garlic. In it goes. That was also on our list, so I think we're doing all right. All right, the last thing we need to just get this cream sauce base is 1.5 cups of milk. Now, as you know, I always use whole milk because that's just how my retro self rolls, but you can use whatever kind of milk you like because you're gonna have that flour in there that's gonna thicken everything up. And speaking of thickening things up, we're gonna sit here now and we're just gonna keep stirring and cooking until it's thickened. That shouldn't take long. We'll be right back when that happens and I'll let you know how long it went for. Okay, so it's been 2 or 3 minutes, that's it. And look at this gorgeous creamy sauce. I mean, you can see the tracks to my whisk in it, so you know it's ready. Okay, so we're gonna turn the heat way down. Now we're gonna bring in the rest of our ingredients. So you guys, if you guys have been following me at all, you know what these are because we use them all the time. So popular in the 50s and the 60s. And that would be the pimentos. I buy them diced in the 2-ounce jar. They also come in 4-ounce jars, a little bit larger. If you plan on doubling this, make the 4-ounce. Anyway, in they go. Just happy little things right there. Give it a little stir. And then we have one of my favorite ingredients. As you can probably tell, we want 1/2 cup of sliced green olives. If you buy the tiny, tiny olives, just in half will do. If you buy the larger ones, slice them. And in they go. Can you tell? Are we going somewhere that's making you happy? Next, what would be the 60s without wine? And I have 2-3 tablespoons. I probably want 3 because you know me. Of white wine. You want dry white wine. In it goes. And then, of course, let me get this stirred up. There we go. Okay, of course, what would deviled shrimp be without shrimp? Yes, you actually make this with cooked, cleaned shrimp with no tails. So anyway, I left one little cutie on here for you because I want to say there is a reason that we customarily, traditionally have shrimp with tails on it. So if you want to know that story, that was actually one of my very first videos. My set was horrible. I was so nervous, but the story is 100% awesome. You can find it right there. Go to Yester Kitchen Archives. Sometimes I love to go laugh at myself. Anyway, you buy these little guys all ready to go, and all you do is pinch the tail and pull it out, and you're good to go. So now these beauties are gonna go right into your cream sauce. Okay, can you see? Does it get any better than this? This is great for an appetizer. It's great for a lunch. Make a salad and a piece of bread and you've got dinner. I mean, it's just, it really all over the place. It's just, look at this. This is just absolutely fabulous. Okay, and then it's time to taste. So we're gonna add a tiny, tiny bit of salt because you don't wanna over salt. And when I say little bit, I literally have salt on the side and I'm taking pinches. And you wanna mix it up. And just bring out your little old tasting spoon and give it just a little taste for salt. I think I need a little more. Always check your seasonings while you cook because you can definitely under season and bring it up to what you like, which is a lot better than over seasoning because then you're kind of, you know, screwed. And you're maybe making a whole new batch. So anyway, let me give it one more taste. It's very, very important to taste as you go. Much better. Totally tastes brighter. You can just tell when the right amount of salt is, just a little bit at a time, and you will be just fine. Okay, I am gonna take this out. I'm gonna bring in a beautiful casserole dish, and we are gonna finish this up and get it into the oven, which by the way, is set for 400. I'll see you in a few. Okay, enter casserole dish. This is a 1 quart casserole dish, and really quick, if there's a way, if you wanna find out how big your casserole dish is, just take a measuring cup, fill up 4 cups of water, and pour it in your dish. This is 1 quart, exactly. Okay, now I have our beautiful, beautiful shrimp mixture, and that just goes right into your dish. This is, oh, guys, if you make this, and I know you will, see, that's why I really like to show you recipes that are easy, because I want you to cook retro. I want you to experience the past through food, and I want you to make them, and I know you're gonna make them. Well, there's a higher chance if they're easy. So here we go. This is our beautiful deviled shrimp, but we are not quite done yet. I have about 2-3 tablespoons of finely crushed cracker crumbs. And those just get sprinkled on top. You only want to go until there's like a nice layer, kind of when we did our broccoli cheese casserole. You know, you just don't want to overdo it. Just remember, if you don't have cracker crumbs, all you do is throw them in a little Ziploc bag, run either a rolling pin or my favorite, a bottle of wine, or really any old bottle, and just crush them. They crush immediately. I think we're gonna leave this. This is totally good. And the last thing is I have 1 tablespoon of butter, which I am gonna pick up with my impeccably clean hands. And you just wanna like dot it. Just little piece of butter kind of everywhere because, you know, everything is better with butter, and this is the 60s after all. And as Julia Child said, if you don't like butter, use cream. God, I love the 60s and 70s. You guys want to know why I love retro so much? I'm so excited and honored that you are with me on this journey as we discover history and explore history through food, because especially retro history, it's just, what a time. What a time. Okay, so here is our casserole. This is, like I said, your oven is at 400, pretty hot, and remember, everything's cooked, so you're just kind of settling it in. So you're gonna put this in the oven for just 15 minutes, and we'll be right back when it's ready. Oh my, oh my, oh my, look at this, guys. I cannot begin to tell you how good this is or how good it smells in here, but you know what? You can find out yourself because you can make it. And I promise you'll thank me. And if you try it, I wanna see it. So anyway, I have my plate. I have my serving spoon. And you just, now this is great on its own, as I'm doing. It is also amazing over rice, over noodles. You can even get patty shells, which are the puff pastry shells, or remember that noodle ring we made forever ago? Totally, totally. So many options. But I highly encourage you, I'm gonna tempt you to try this. It's just amazing. Thanks for stopping by. It's always such an honor to have you join me. I hope you have fun exploring retro history through food. I'll see you in the next video.